Do you ever have a hard time learning in a classroom, feeling stranded, not knowing the purpose of learning, or you don't like the stuff that your teachers are spoon feeding you? Hey, then microschooling is a good fit for you. Perhaps you haven't heard of it before. According to a former classroom teacher and a master's degree holder from Harvard School of Education, it's a schooling method that enables students from different grades to learn in a small group with usually less than 15 students in a group, guided by private teachers. It sounds sweet, right? Especially for students in Asia, where we're used to absorb what the teachers feed us with no choice of what to learn. This schooling method allows us to choose what we're going to learn and group with students of different ages. Microschools are doing a phenomenal job in the US. From a journal published by the Reason magazine, after initiating microschooling in Phoenix, with a maximum of 10 students in the same classroom, the engagement of students has increased rapidly because they're learning what they like. But is it really possible to implement the schooling method in Hong Kong? Well, in the following part of this video, we'll look into it by digging deep into the educational system in Hong Kong and the parenting style here. First, the educational system in Hong Kong is notorious for its exam-oriented culture. From the research of Dr. Paul Yip, the educational system in secondary schools is solely for preparing students getting into better universities. Exams and tests force students spending all their time dipping their head into it while sacrificing time for leisure activities and even sleep. This shows how important getting into college is in the mind of some people nowadays. Assume we can successfully implement microschools in Hong Kong. How can those people in the microschools take the public exam when they get to choose what they like to study, while the college entrance exam is with fixed content and topics? How? For some students and their parents, the sole purpose of attending high school is for that particular exam. So, the demand of microschooling will be low. No one will implement microschools here. Well, this is a solid proof that the educational system lacks flexibility and is an exclusive system that allows little room for changes, which is heartbreaking. Seriously, heartbreaking. Parenting styles also plays a huge role in whether microschooling is even possible here. The following part is about how parenting style affects the feasibility of implementing microschools here. The Journal of Global Health has published an article suggesting that Hong Kong parents are mostly adopting the authoritarian parenting style. Authoritarian parenting style practices include the high degree of parental straightness and low degree of autonomy for school-aged children. Microschools require students to choose what topics to go for. Will the parents grant this degree of autonomy to their kids? The answer is very likely to be no. They will question the usefulness of learning this and doubt the student's ability in learning that. So these parents won't send their kids to microschools. And these parents account for at least 70% in the city. Alas. So, is it possible to implement microschools in Hong Kong? The answer is sadly no, because of the ingrained idea of academic excellence in parents' mind and the inflexible educational system in the city. We sadly will not see microschools in Hong Kong anytime soon. But listen, there's a but. We can learn like we're in microschools. Grab your friends with you, choose the topic you're interested in, search for online tutorials on YouTube or books available to learn in your own pace. Set a time for yourself, like I want to finish the topic of, let's say, Matrix by this weekend. In this way, you'll be able to learn the topics you like with unparalleled freedom. Hooray! You may wonder, if you have any doubts on those topics, what should you do? Remember, you always have your study partners. If they also have the same question, you can always try asking your school teachers. I believe as teachers, they will be more than happy to answer you, even though it's not what they're teaching in class. You'll show your teachers that you're an avid learner They even like you more. The only problem is with such hectic schedule at school. How can you cater both sides of learning? This is where the flexibility of microschooling comes into play. You can set a longer period for finishing a topic or project if you're occupied by schoolwork or exams. If you've finished school stuff, you can immerse yourself back into the topics you're exploring. After all, learning is really important in everyone's life. Though we can't implement microschools here, we can always learn from it and be flexible in learning. That's the whole purpose of it. Now remember, learn continuously. There's always one more thing to learn. Bye.